Vicepresidenta, autoritats, bon dia. Siau benvinguts al Parc VIP amb motiu de l'obertura del seminari INTO, Internet de les Coses, oportunitats i reptes per a la indústria turística. Començarem aquest acte amb les paraules de la senyora Isabel Busquets, vicepresidenta i consellera d'Innovació, Recerca i Turisme. Vicepresidenta.
Moltes gràcies, bon dia i benvinguts i benvingudes. Espero que tingueu una bona jornada. És un plaer i un honor per jo inaugurar aquest Seminari Internacional d'Innovació i Turisme, conegut com a INTO, i que organitza la conselleria que dirigesc. Per això, abans de res, vull agrair l'esforç i dedicació a totes les persones que el fan possible i també a totes les persones que han acceptat la convidada a participar o s'han interessat i hi assisteixen. Vull fer una menció especial a la Fundació BIT, que té un paper fonamental en aquestes jornades. És la primera edició per jo, com a vicepresidenta i consellera d'Innovació, Recerca i Turisme, i venc orgullosa de la feina que s'hi ha fet prèviament i amb el compromís de fer seguir la tasca iniciada i de marcar el camí perquè el futur se segueixi a la mateixa línia i no s'abandoni el personal investigador i a qui fa feina per la innovació tecnològica. INTO és ja, després de 13 edicions, un referent pel que fa a la innovació en turisme. És una cita que situa Balears al mapa mundial d'aquesta matèria i el fet que sigui una iniciativa del govern demostra el nostre ferm compromís en la diversificació econòmica i l'aposta per una economia del coneixement. Impulsam aquesta plataforma de debat amb l'objectiu d'afavorir la transferència de coneixement cap al sector empresarial i turístic i així millorar la nostra competitivitat. Aquest seminari ha possibilitat que més de 2.000 assistents hagin pogut escoltar i aprendre de més de 100 ponents de prestigi internacional. Així, al llarg d'aquests anys s'han analitzat diverses temàtiques relacionades amb productes turístics com el cultural, el nàutic o el de la salut. També s'han tractat els instruments de màrqueting com el branding o social media, igual que s'ha debatut sobre noves apostes per afrontar la sostenibilitat del sector amb temes com el canvi climàtic. D'altra banda, s'han tractat temàtiques relacionades amb l'evolució de les tecnologies implantades a la indústria turística per tal d'analitzar el comportament del turista i aprofitar aquestes noves tecnologies per crear o transformar destinacions turístiques de forma sostenible. Cada any s'ha tractat un tema de màxima actualitat i interès, sempre amb l'objectiu d'impulsar la innovació i fomentar la competitivitat i un creixement de les indústries tecnològiques en el sector turístic. L'any passat, per exemple, es tractà sobre el paper clau de la intel·ligència artificial per millorar la competitivitat, un tema d'actualitat llavors i que també ho és encara. Enguany, però, ens ocupa la Internet de les Coses, l'IoT en les seves sigles en anglès. Avui i demà veurem aquí, al Parc VIP, com tindrà un impacte exponencial en el sector en aquests pròxims anys i com suposarà un veritable avantatge competitiu similar al que va tenir l'arribada d'Internet. La Internet de les Coses no és una moda més, això que els tecnòlegs en diuen un hype. La Internet de les Coses ha arribat per quedar-s'hi i toca explorar i explotar les oportunitats de negoci i sinergies empresarials que pot propiciar i que donen un valor afegit a qualsevol baula de la cadena turística. La tercera revolució industrial va canviar el món amb el tractament de les dades estructurades. Això és la informació que es pot ordenar en línies i columnes. La quarta revolució industrial, que just acaba de començar, es basa en el tractament de la informació desestructurada, imatges, veu, textos, sons. Per fer-nos una idea del canvi i just pel que respecta a la capacitat de processar imatges i sons, podrien dir que els ordinadors de la tercera revolució industrials, els dels monitors, teclats i ratolins, eren sords i cecs. Es limitaven a ser calculadores avançades amb moltíssima memòria i capacitat de càlcul. Això no ho perdem. Als càlculs s'hi uneixen noves fonts d'informació, la desestructurada, que permetrà tenir respostes per a tot perquè la informació desestructurada és un 90% de la informació disponible. Poca broma. En efecte, els ordinadors cecs i sords només veien un 10% del món i, per tant, les seves respostes eren molt limitades. Això ara ja està canviant. Gràcies a la internet de les coses i a la possibilitat de processar informació desestructurada, les respostes seran més precises i ens permetrà prendre millors decisions. Ara com ara, però, encara ens costa tenir en compte aquest 90% de la informació. Això és perquè ara la informació depèn directament de persones. Això amb la IoT dependrà de les màquines que han creat les persones. Amb l'IoT, les persones científiques faran feina al costat dels experts en dades per crear algoritmes cada vegada més perfectes que donaran respostes immediates amb el que es pot observar ara i no en el moment de fer l'estudi. I en l'IoT, a poc teixirem una xarxa immensa d'ulls i orelles permanents. El futur que arriba a la quarta revolució industrial és un món en el qual els ordinadors cada vegada donaran millors respostes. No basta. Picasso deia que els ordinadors són inútils. Només poden donar respostes. I tenia una part de raó. La gràcia és a les preguntes i aquesta part és responsabilitat de les persones. Les bones científiques, les bones sociòlogues, les bones governants, a totes les disciplines, les persones seran competents si saben fer bones preguntes. Com deia George Waxenberg, canviar les respostes és evolució. Canviar les preguntes és revolució. L'IoT ens ajudarà a evolucionar, però la revolució serà nostra. Una revolució que ens ajudi a millorar l'experiència dels nostres visitants. Com deia abans, inaugura aquesta 13a edició del seminari INTO amb l'orgull de la feina feta fins ara i amb el compromís de seguir-ne fent per, sobretot, marcar un camí on només es pugui avançar. Durant aquesta legislatura estan creant la primera xarxa corporativa IoT, que nom IoT, capaç de cobrir el territori de les 4 illes, perquè creiem que tots els ulls i les orelles han d'estar coordinats entre si i que poden ser centenars de milers. El govern té una plataforma IoT a la Direcció General de Desenvolupament Tecnològic. L'objectiu de la plataforma, basada en el programari lliure, és mantenir l'inventari de tots els sensors per tal de no perdre la governança. Això és, evitar que sorgeixin projectes que siguin incompatibles amb altres projectes. És l'objectiu d'un nou servei del govern, l'IoT, que treballarà per aconseguir per a la ciutadania el màxim benefici dels projectes IoT. La nostra xarxa corporativa IoT és la primera d'Europa que cobreix tot el territori d'un país. Prou governs s'ho miren per reproduir-ho. Alguns, com la Generalitat Valenciana, s'hi han posat i aviat presentaran la xarxa i els seus primers usos. Compartirem usos i experiències. Ens hem pres molt seriosament la creació d'una xarxa corporativa perquè tenim la certesa que serà quelcom especial. En un parell d'anys no podrem imaginar sistemes digitals sense vista ni oïda. I ho feim ara perquè en l'IoT gairebé és tot per fer. Volen transformar la nostra economia. L'IoT suposarà moltes feines noves i cal que comencem immediatament. A més de ser els primers, ens fa creïbles en el nostre projecte de sol i dades. Governs, universitats i empreses s'han interessat en la nostra xarxa IoT perquè converteix les Illes Balears en un bon laboratori per dissenyar i validar prou idees noves basades en aquesta internet de les coses, per mor de l'extensió del territori i per la quantitat de persones que s'hi mouen. I ja vaig acabant. Totes les persones que aquests 2 dies participareu de qualque manera d'aquest seminari INTO teniu el futur de la indústria turística a les vostres mans, però també el futur. El present ja permet aquesta connexió del que coneixem com a internet de les coses i teniu el talent per crear les eines i implantar-ho al sector de manera que en faci més competitius i més atractius. Estic convençuda que algun d'aquests canvis de la quarta revolució industrial els impulsarem des de les Balears, perquè hem estat i som líders mundials en la indústria hotelera. Ara ho hem d'aprofitar per ser líders d'aquesta transformació i d'aquesta utilització de l'internet de les coses per mantenir el lideratge. Moltes gràcies.
En breus instants, el senyor Koby Levy, director de Digital Transformation and Internet of Things de Huawei Technologies, pronunciarà la conferència inaugural, Estat de l'art sobre l'internet de les coses. Gràcies.
Bueno, buenos días. Y saludos a todos. Voy a hablar en inglés, lo siento. Me han dicho que ningún problema, pues me cambio. Good morning, everyone. My name is Koby. I'm from Huawei Technologies, Madrid office, and I'm responsible for, as you see, digital transformation and IoT for Huawei in Spain and Iberia. I would like to present to you today in the next 50 minutes, give or take, what we see as the current and the coming technologies that can affect and improve what we call hyper-connected society and affecting the smart tourism business. Not specifically to Balearic Islands, but more general. So it would be less on the today, although I will talk a little bit about today and the IoT of today. And I will put focus on what's coming in the next 2 years, 2 to 5 years, in our view. So thank you very much for listening, and let's get started. So first, I would like to tell you. I would like to tell you what I'm going to talk about in specifics. So we're looking at smart tourism as a topic for today, and IoT, I believe, is the topic of the conversation, at least for this conference. So the way we look at IoT is, oh, okay, this is working. Yes, no, yes. So IoT is helping us talk about digital transformation of industries and connected industries. So I'm going to talk about this at the beginning and how it leads to smart tourism. But smart tourism connects to smart cities. So we'll see the link about smart cities and digital and IoT in that space. But then I will take the conversation into two more topics. One is hyper-connected environment beyond IoT, or let's call it IoT++. And the other side is intelligent versus digital or smart. Smart is a confusing term, so I will use digital versus intelligent. So with all of that, I would like to lead the conversation into intelligent city and intelligent tourism. Okay, so this is kind of where I'm going with that. Okay, so the case for the link between smart cities and smart tourism, I probably repeat stuff you guys already know, heard many times before. I'll just set the baseline here. So we know what smart city is. It involves digital technologies, and it has elements such as planning, infrastructure, systems, ICT, etc. Now, if we look at typical case study that for smart city, I think Dubai comes to mind typically in those scenarios. We see that the schedule they put together for smart city started back in 1999, and only now maturing in reality of smart city projects. They set a strategy around four main goals, which is efficiency, seamlessness, safety, and impactful on society, on people, on companies, on visitors, etc. And then they put 6 programs underneath it. So economic growth, good governance, environment conscious, good living in the city, mobility and transport, and people. That includes local communities, tourists, culture, etc. Out of these four pillars and 6 programs came hundreds, and still in motion, hundreds of local government and smart city programs that they are developing, anything from road and lighting to airport and museum programs, etc., etc. So this is kind of the case for smart city. I'm not focusing on smart city here today. If you look at smart tourism, we see it as a kind of a interrelated with smart city, and typically budgets come across. There's a lot of correlation between smart city and smart tourism. The stakeholders are a little different. Maybe the tourists and the specifics of the tourism business, both local government, businesses, etc. So you'd see the themes are similar. And if I look at the goals, you also look at efficiency, sustainability, safety, and we're adding experience. I believe experience is a key theme in tourism, right? So this is in general setting the baselines there. And we're here today to talk about IoT as a technology and the impact of IoT. So as Huawei being the network equipment manufacturer, one of the world leaders, the biggest in that space, I will focus on the technology and technology surrounding communication. So I would say, and I will say that technology plays a significantly increasing role and transforming the tourism industry in marketing and pre-visit, during visit, supporting the ecosystem of tourism. In terms of technologies, we're seeing 4 key pillars driving the smart tourism business. In terms of technology, IoT is one of them. It doesn't go without mobile. By the way, all 4 of them, Huawei is strongly invested in and promoting and developing. So IoT, mobile, ICT, which is the combination of IT, cloud, IT, the servers, storage, etc., and CT, which is communication technology, the backbone networks of the operators, such as Telefonica and Vodafone, etc. And artificial intelligence, which would be the later part of my presentation. I believe you had the session here before, I think last year, about artificial intelligence. I will take a different look at that in combination with the rest of the technologies. So this is just setting the scenes. Oops. Tourism is important to Europe. It is there is no volume here. forgot to connect the microphone. My friend, the microphone. Okay, I'll put the microphone like this. Maybe it will work.
Biggest socio-economic activity. It employs more than 25 million people and generates almost 10% of EU GDP. Did you know that the EU welcomed over 500 million tourists last year? This is both an opportunity and a challenge. How can Europe reap the benefits of tourism in a sustainable and innovative manner?
Okay, so this short clip illustrates the importance of smart tourism and the link to smart cities in the eyes of the EU bodies. In fact, there is a competition, I'm sure some of you are aware, or all of you are aware, of this intelligent smart tourism city for Europe. I believe the 2019 is Lyon, and so on. So there's investment going to support that as well. So the links between smart city are not just technological, there's marketing, there's foundation and funding that is shared. Okay, so I'm moving on to talking about the IoT world, technology. The way we see the things, the world we are building, we're helping to build in Huawei is IoT connected world. It has sensing elements, it has connections, connectivity, and it has data, and a lot of data. This is today's world. So the IoT networks we are looking at are about sensing anything we can sense with the current technologies, connecting those with the current networks that are available, from Wi-Fi to narrowband and others, and collecting the data. But this is only today, because the way we see things developing is this way. So moving from IoT connected world to hyper-connected intelligent world. So from sensing today, explosion of number of sensors, virtually everything connected, all sensed, networks expansion, hyper-connected, and intelligence on top of the data. So if today we're looking at data-assisted decision-making and knowledge, maybe good visibility of screen, we're using screens and dashboards, we're moving on more autonomous decision-making, more intelligent decision-making at different levels. We'll talk about that. But reality is that we are still building the current, okay? So I don't want people to think that we are just focusing on the future. Today, the reality is that only 10% of general market companies are using cloud. It's not as we'd like it to be, so it's still growing. Only 13% of the data available, mostly transactional data, is being used by companies, and only 5% have expressed any interest and experimented with artificial intelligence at different levels. And only 1% that actually used any kind of artificial intelligence. So this is today's work. So we are very much behind rolling out better sensing, better connections, connectivity, and better storage and big data systems, platforms. But this is only today. So when that's at hand, the next step is the right side. So on the right side, we're looking at 2025 predictions of 85% of the applications on the cloud. So most applications, tourism included, cloud-based. 80% of the data, both structural, non-structural, like the president has mentioned, video, voice, imaging, etc., utilized by companies, and over 80% using some sort of combination of artificial intelligence. So this is the way we see things. And in fact, we are making that actually these days happening. So what are we doing in this space? Let's have a look at the IoT side.
The magic about technology is that it is accelerating. We create connections because new doors open when machines become smarter.
Let's put the volume up. Can you hear it okay?
Our minds are at ease, even as our lives transform. We change, knowing our planet has become more sustainable. Our shared destiny drives us to innovate. More people are touched. We now have the power of choice. The Earth is stretched, and so is humanity. But technology is racing. When things communicate with each other, every day becomes smoother. Our work is revolutionized, creating new industries. These invisible links propel countries forward into a wired future, into a world without borders. We are on the cusp of change, with endless possibilities. What limits us is only our imagination. From connecting people to connecting things, our vision is to build a better connected world.
So, like I mentioned, Huawei is a network by its foundation, by its origins. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. So we are a network equipment manufacturer at the baseline, and the way we see things is from the technology perspective, and we're investing a lot of energy. Oops, I have an echo. There's an echo. Okay. So everything you saw in this video is actually happening. If I'm looking at other industries, let's just say car manufacturing. We are working with Audi. We're working with Peugeot. With Peugeot, for example, we're putting IoT into all the new models that are coming out manufactured. So the car will be connected as the first stage, and later will be more towards automated and self-driving cars. And we're doing similar work with other manufacturers. We do that with industries, manufacturing, oil and gas, energy, smart metering, you name it. So instead of going and bragging about our IoT capabilities in other industries, I would like to talk about how we see the infrastructure and the way we're putting it together. So what you see at the top here is a kind of a pipe. On one hand, on the left side, you see the typical applications that are used by IoT, from smart city. You can include smart tourism there, smart industry, and smart life, where we are touching personal life of people, like homes, healthcare, etc. And on the other hand, we have the value coming out, which includes connectivity and the services and the applications and the data that is built on top of that, and all that on the pipe of different networks combined to connect the smart on the left side connections onto the values. Huawei itself doesn't do everything on this. We don't develop applications necessarily. We don't even do all the sensoring and all that. What we do is we create three basic elements. We create the infrastructure, communication infrastructure, and that is from the device. As you know, we are making devices like smartphones, bracelets, watches, and we're working on many more. Through the pipe or the network, which edge computing, which has smartness in the edge near the devices. If it's in smart buildings, we're making connections, multi-sensors, different protocols into gateway that takes it to the cloud. So elevators or garbage bins or other elements can connect, take different measurements and connect together into the cloud, but also have the capability to combine the data locally and take actions locally. So that is more and more important in environments like manufacturing, real-time, car driving, etc. So that's the pipe. Then the networks, where we do network optimization of data. We do things like campus management, where you have crowds, large crowds in one place, movement of crowds, which could be applicable to stadiums, to concert halls, museums, etc. And finally, this is all the operation side, the cloud side of things. And finally, we do collaboration. For us, collaboration is working openly with technology, with local partners and global partners. So in Spain and globally, we have over 1,500 different solution providers, system integrators, software and hardware manufacturers who are working with us, and we are working with them on innovation and streamlining the solutions, from lighting, street lighting, to sensitive cameras, security, airport management, stock management, etc., etc. So with the communication infrastructure, smart cloud operations and IT, and the ecosystem, we're able to deliver high volume systems of IoT. Some of it you may not see us in the front. Maybe you would see people like operators like Telefonica and Vodafone sitting at the front, or integrators, other names that are available in the market. Behind the scenes, this is what we're doing. We're doing the communication infrastructure, platforms, and the partnership. So this is today's IoT world. In terms of giving some more details on the sensing, sensing today, they're about, in 2015, the numbers are 400 million IoT sensors globally. And you can see the split between geographically, where North America, Asia Pacific and China in particular is leading. Korea, China are leading, where Europe is number 3 there. And you can see at the top left side, you see the growth rate, also predicted to Europe to follow after North America and Asia Pacific, but still significant growth. So going to, by 2020, we predict 3 billion, 7 times bigger number of sensors in the IoT networks of today. In terms of industry sectors, where we see the sensors being deployed mostly in new growth, between 7 to 25% growth from 2017 to 2018, we see that connected vehicles take the majority of the IoT sensoring, while connected cities is number 6 here. Number 5, with about 7% growth year on year since last year. It's not bad; it's significant growth, but there are different industries with different speed. But we definitely see that that sensing theme growing. Some people say that the speed is not fast enough. Maybe the reason for that is the variety of network protocols and complexities and battery life and issues like that for the sensors to be efficient and connected, as well as business cases. Huawei is invested in secure, highly scalable IoT technology, which is licensed, most of it, in partnership with the telecom operators. We call that Narrowband IoT. It has the advantage of utilizing hundreds of thousands of connections on each base station, as you say, the antennas you see on the street, as opposed to maybe a few hundreds of mobile phones today. It has battery life of 2 to 10 years. On average, could be 5 to 10 years battery life on sensors. And the other advantage is that it has signal penetration into places where current mobile networks don't enter, basements, closed rooms, etc. So that technology with a higher level of security is being deployed across the board alongside the current networks of mobile networks and other technologies. So we have over 50 million devices connected to this, and you can see the statistics on the screen. Anything from smoke detectors to smart bicycles, relevant for tourism, gas metering, water metering, etc. So the networking technologies that are used behind that is today's narrowband IoT technology based on 4G with some modifications. So let's have a look. If I compare the current 3G, 4G technologies to narrowband IoT, you see the cellular antennas, towers, they can handle each about 1,000 of mobile phones. But if you're talking about devices connected with narrowband technology, you're looking at over 100,000 per base station. That allows a significant increase on the current infrastructure without massive investment in the telecom side. So in Spain, the operators have already deployed, mostly Vodafone, have deployed narrowband IoT in virtually 90% of the of the urban environments, and they are rolling it out to rural environment. So that scenario of hundreds of thousands of devices connected through narrowband IoT securely is reality now in Spain. You can see on the right side the difference in terms of different parameters between 4G and narrowband IoT. Like I mentioned, the cost, the battery life, and the penetration into more difficult areas like underground, metro, etc., is higher on the narrowband IoT. So this is definitely a technology that we are investing in it, and in fact, in Spain, it's already rolled out, and most of it is using Huawei's technology. So we have all these IoT devices, all well connected, hopefully here as well, and be lots of them in hotels, in restaurants, in buses, in airports, etc. What to do with all this data? There's a lot of data collected. One of the examples is one airplane flying a 4 hours flight can collect a few terabytes of data just from the sensors it has on board. What to do? Is it relevant for everything? So we believe that IoT is monetized by data. It's not enough to deploy just sensors if you don't know what to do with the data. So right now, the IoT gives us the awareness. Things are happening. We get alerts, we get information, we get visibility. We can draw a graph to say, is there overconsumption, lower consumption, is the expectation of tourist attendance in this location is as good as we expected it to be or less, etc. We get assisted decisions. So we get all this data and we can draw some conclusions based on that data, and then some humans come inside the picture and they take the decisions. We can take actions based on that. We can make some planning based on this data, and we can make some new services and innovations around that. So this is today's world, the IoT generating big data, sitting somewhere, hopefully converged from in our discussion from smart city information to smart tourism, all sitting together in one wonderful big data platform, and then you can draw the conclusions and perhaps take actions based on that. So where is Huawei in the story of smart city and smart tourism? Huawei is in fact involved with over 120 cities around the world in different capacities around the three elements that I mentioned, which are infrastructure, partnership, and platforms, and over 40 countries. In fact, we have 7 global awards for Smart City, where some of our projects have won different awards for innovation. So we are definitely invested in this area. Okay, the way we see the world in that respect is we see the network, we see the data, and then we see the platform sitting on top of it and converging the different streams of smart city, including smart tourism, into one platform based on the infrastructure. In terms of what we are doing, you can see at the bottom we do the cloud, we do the network, which we call it the pipe, and we do the devices with city IoT, city communication, cloud data center, and then the intelligent operation center, which sits on top. I will show how this looks like in the next slide, the next couple of slides in reality. Now, to get to that wonderful picture, we've gone different ways. There are ways where smart tourism leads the smart city. I'll show you one example. It's the other way around to the normal average scenario where smart city has the budget, and then smart tourism as a revenue growth for the city, an engine for growth is added on top. Another way is to look at smart city as initiative. It grows into smart rural or smart region. Then you get smart country, all kind of hierarchical building. Or another way is to see clusters of cities. Perhaps perhaps you'd see a city, I don't know, in Spain. It could be Malaga, and then near it the region, and then mixing one smart area with another smart area and finding the collaboration between them. Anyway, the way we see things could go either way, from a region down to a city, down to tourism, or vice versa. But in the end, we believe that it has to be convergent. Ubiquitous network management, ubiquitous big data collection and interpretation, and a platform to control it all and bring it all together. So the effect of IoT on smart cities is immense. We see 3 main areas: municipal governance, we see public safety and public services, and we see sustainable economic development, industry, companies, logistics, agriculture, tourism, all of this coming together. So going down into smart tourism, there are 2 main themes there: the smart tourist, how he behaves in this environment, and the smart destination, let's say the Balearic Islands or Mallorca in this case. And when we put systems for and solutions for smart tourism, as well, with our partners, we look at destination, pre-trip awareness, marketing, planning. We look at during tourist arrival, from airport to destination, and during destination experience. Obviously, this can touch a lot of things on the and different stakeholders. So we're looking at government, the tourist itself, the local community, the businesses. Each has a role to play here, and there's an engagement of all of that. Now, how to build that correctly? Each scenario can be different. Perhaps you start with smart government, smart city, then you start with smart tourism, then you start with hospitality, or you're focusing on the infrastructure, roads and airports. I can show you scenarios where we invested a lot of effort into bringing tourists in and getting them the first-hand experience at the airport before we go into handling tourism in the community, in the city. But anyway, at the end of the day, digital, IoT, sensing involves on the field, but also involves digital, social networks, mobile data. One of the programs that are running currently in Telefonica is called Steps or something similar, where Telefonica is offering local community or local governments information about anonymous information about travelers who are roaming, where they come from, where they are going, in big numbers without privacy infringement. This helps local businesses to combine that data. Smart tourism very relevant to promote, to manage, to get insight, visibility, awareness, and all the things we talked about earlier in terms of IoT. So this is a different kind of mobile networking that helps get the information. So let's see how Huawei platform looks like. We just launched, in fact, last month, the Huawei integrated smart city digital platform with the Intelligent Operations Center, or the IOC. Anyone who visited the smart city, smart IoT forums in Barcelona last month could have seen that live, where the idea is to create ultimately a digital twin of the business, if that's a smart city or smart tourism, where you can represent digitally in real time what is going on in your city or in your tourism business, both macro level and micro level, from traffic information to hospitality, etc. So this is based on IoT information and another sensoring. I want to show you now.
Desert shines a magnificent pearl, Dunhuang. Today, this desert oasis, with a resident population of 50,000 people, is attracting a growing number of visitors across China and beyond. In 2015 alone, Dunhuang attracted 6.6 million tourists at a year-on-year growth rate of 32%. The increasingly booming tourist market has resulted in unprecedented prosperity and challenges to this desert oasis. Heavy tourist traffic in the peak season poses great challenges to cultural relics protection and tourist safety. Low tourist traffic in the off-peak season greatly wastes tourism resources. The shift of massive amounts of floating population seriously challenges city governance. The small oasis city is greatly concerned about how to ensure the travel experience and safety of the huge number of visitors, and how to share nearby tourism resources to enable balanced development. Dunhuang needs smart city solutions to resolve a raft of tough issues on cultural relics and ecological protection, comprehensive city governance, and sustainable development. To promote smart city construction and better serve residents and tourists, Dunhuang has seized the great opportunity of the One Belt, One Road initiative and formulated its own smart city solution. Digital and seamless information display improves service quality. The Internet of Things obtains tourist traffic data in scenic spots. Digital exhibition halls, VR, AR, 3D, help enhance cultural relics protection, improve tourist experience and loyalty, and divert tourist traffic in peak hours. Digital exhibition halls reduce the number of tourist service personnel by 30%, while increasing the tourist capacity by 40%.
reduces tourist dwelling time by 20%, alleviating tourist traffic in peak hours and enhancing service quality during the visit. Sharing the Silk Road tourism resources to balance regional economic development. Precise marketing based on tourism big data cooperates with Silk Road scenic spots to build a tourism big data platform to analyze regional tourist characteristics, implement precise marketing, and promote the balanced and sustainable economic development in the region. Shares tourism resources of surrounding provinces to promote the balanced and sustainable economic development of the Silk Road economic belt, extending smart tourism to government public services, and to build a regional smart city. Builds cloud data centers to exchange government services and scenic spot data, providing the foundation for smart city governance. Connects the IoT to the cloud center to guide tourists and vehicles in real time and offer emergency services. Connects tourist fingerprint libraries to the public security integrated policing platform for real-time analysis, providing basic data support for tourist management. In 2015 alone, the system cracked down 49% of the year's total number of resolved cases. Smart education promotes the balanced development of education based on smart tourism infrastructure. Remote rural areas are faced with extremely uneven distribution of education resources. The popularization of Dunhuang smart education breaks the uneven pattern of education resources in remote villages, allowing people in different areas to enjoy the same education resources. It enables the sharing of remote education resources such as digital libraries. In addition, smart home terminals support flexible access to high-quality education resources anytime and anywhere. After the accomplishment of the Smart City project, Dunhuang successfully held the Silk Road Smart Tourism Forum. Dunhuang won the award of China Leading Smart City, announced by IDC. Today, smart technologies are found everywhere in Dunhuang. The light-speed network, convenient transportation, tidy city appearance, and peaceful humanistic environment bring Dunhuang to the data technology era, becoming the permanent holy cultural temple of human civilization.
Okay, this is a case study of 50,000. Sorry. This is a case study where a 50,000 people city can handle more than 6 million tourists, growing significantly over the years using structural IoT digital platform that connects tourism and from the tourism creates smart cities. So we saw a lot about education, safety, transport, etc. But this is driven by the revenue potential of that city. So this is one case I wanted to show of the reverse, where smart tourism actually drives the revenues and profits and the smart intelligence system there. Obviously, this is using mostly Huawei's platforms with ecosystem. Now, this is the IoT story. I want to move on because time is short to talk about two more topics. One is the hyper-connected world, which is happening now using 5G. And the other part is the short introduction of the Huawei capabilities, revolutionary capabilities, I would say, in multidimensional artificial intelligence. So 5G and then artificial intelligence related smart city and smart tourism.
How will 5G change the world? 5G will lay the groundwork for a thriving mobile internet experience, allowing end users to access network speeds of 10 Gbps. 5G will make the dream of a wireless cloud office a reality with 8K ultra-high definition video, 3D hologram, virtual reality, and so on. In the future, mobile network latency will be down to an incredible 1 millisecond. 5G will enable wondrous advances such as the driverless car, robotics, and remote surgery. By 2025, 5G will empower mobile Internet of Things with connections reaching 100 billion. Connections between human to human machine, and machine to machine will all be materialized at an astonishing rate. 5G is not just a new mobile telecom infrastructure. It is the enabler of the future digital world. Huawei began its research into 5G in 2009. Now the time has come to unveil the world's first 5G system. We believe 5G to be a comprehensive evolutionary step forward.
So 5G is coming. 5G is faster. 5G is a lot bigger. These are some of the numbers. You can take a look. It would allow 10,000 times more traffic on the networks, on the infrastructure of the network. That means a lot more video, a lot more voice, a lot more devices, all connected in real time. This is what it actually means. It means a lot faster response time. So automated self-driving cars, robotics, machinery, artificial intelligence from the cloud, happening all in real time in sub-second. In fact, the typical delay is 0.1 of a second on the network side. So the network is not going to be the bottleneck anymore, and there's no need to download anymore. It's all happening in real time. In fact, the name of my presentation is Roads to Intelligent Tourism. Roads stands for real-time, on-demand, all connected or all online, do it yourself from the tourist perspective, and social. All that is getting a completely different meaning when you can connect everything and any social network to any device with any mobile phone or with your glasses to any server anywhere in the world all in real time. So this is 5G. Now 5G has been on the talk for I guess many years. It's time to make it happen. So in summary, it enhances mobile broadband on your device, mission critical services will become possible, and massive Internet of Things gets boosted. Let's have a look on some of the expected impacts of 5G on the world. 1.53 billion devices, over 40% will be on 5G in the coming years in 2025. So the massive move to 5G. Enhanced mobile broadband experience, we mentioned that, building on current infrastructure. Something new in terms of smart city and smart impact on smart city and smart tourism is immersive experience. No more we're interacting from far with the things, with mostly data and some screens, but we're actually putting ourselves into the digital world, into the video, into the augmented reality, into the artificial intelligence. We are interacting inside, not from the outside, with the things because of the capabilities. So artificial intelligence is one part of this. The effects on smart city are enormous, from drones to motoring to industry, manufacturing, etc. I'm not going to discuss this right now. I'm going to move to talk about how immersive experience can look like. This is, by the way, today technology. But here's what 5G can do for smart tourism. Video on demand, real time, connected everything. Unlike today, where we have 1.5, 1.7 on average devices connected, like mobile phone, or 2 sometimes, we're going to get, on average, globally, about 8 devices connected per person, from bracelets to other devices, sensoring wearables, sensoring us, blood pressure, you name it. All in real time. We will be able to interact with them in natural language. They will talk to us and we'll talk back. that affects the experience of the tourist. Image analysis, these devices you see and hear, they will be able to understand what they see and hear and analyze that in real time. Digital twins will have replica of what the world we're living, the real world that we're living in digital form. That will help governance, safety, efficiency, and so on, management of tourism in the city. Robotics, chatbots, receptionists, etc., will become more ubiquitous. So imagine a virtual T-Rex dinosaur showing you around the science museum, moving 360 degrees on your mobile device or on your glasses, as you virtual glasses, as you move around, and talking to you and understanding what you're saying and bring you up-to-date, real-time information that is relevant for you. That is 5G technology for smart tourism. Now, a short clip here. It doesn't have the artificial intelligence, but it does have the immersive experience. I don't know if you've seen that. That's a restaurant 3D immersive experience. This is just an illustration. This could be a live menu, how you make the food, how the food looks like, how it's produced. It could be other things. How you make the food, how the food looks like. So this is not animation made by computer. This is real 3D experience by people. Only thing is, it's not interactive. This is today's technology. 5G will allow this to be interactive. These things will talk to you, and you'll talk to them. So 5G is today. 5G is now. It talks about coverage, it talks about connectivity, it talks about experience. Standards are there, the spectrums for the operators are issued and they're auctioned and purchased. The products, the antennas, the home gateways, mobile phones, other devices are coming. 2019, you will have be able to buy 5G mobile phones and other equipment. And the ecosystems, the partners who are building applications, who are building other equipment, are already engaged. In terms of Huawei's business, already on the 5G, on the global market as of this month, overall 154 telecom operators are testing or involved in 5G testing in their local communities, local countries, in 66 countries, and 110 networks, 5G networks will be deployed by 2025. We have already contracted 22 operators globally, and we have already shipped out 10,000 base stations, which is the first batch this year. In 2019, we believe we'll have double that number. Over 22 operators globally in Europe, Asia, etc., are deploying 5G. And it's good quality. Some people like British Telecom chief architect is saying Huawei is a good supplier of 5G. So this is not a dream. This is not long future. This is next year. By 2020, most of us, those who are digital natives, both ourselves as well as our tourists who are digital native, would be on 5G. So the applications, the experiences, the services, the connectivity, the IoT is on its way. So what is the difference in terms of Huawei's capabilities? We still see the industries of smart city, smart city, tourism industry life. We've added one element, which is smartness or intelligence on the right side, as you can see. Because nowadays it's not enough. With so much data, it's not enough. In fact, humans are not able to process all that data and see the patterns and see the benefits and extract the benefits from all this data by ourselves. It's not enough to put it all on the screen and hope that we can draft the conclusions. We need assistance. We need assistance, in fact, at all levels. As individuals, we need assistance by the IoT network. The network has to be smart to filter out the noise, get the values, and act on it. And we need business level artificial intelligence to help us learn, help us get the value out of the data. So instead of just operations, we're looking at smart platforms. So I didn't have time to talk about security, but security goes hand in hand with all of the things I mentioned, the infrastructure, the applications, the platforms. So apologies for those who are focused on security. This is part and parcel of all of that. So Huawei, October 10, launched a comprehensive, different to IBM, different to other people, a comprehensive artificial intelligence program with real-life products to use today. We call it Activate Intelligence program. It is a full stack and it's all scenario program, because Huawei produces most of the elements in the infrastructure. We've taken it all the way to software, to methodology, to and to the different elements that we are working on. So devices, when you look on the right side, we have today in the new mobile phones that are released, in the new smartphones, bracelets, chipsets that Huawei produced with software that does image processing, natural language, voice recognition, etc., artificial intelligence, practical artificial intelligence implementations on the device itself without having to go anywhere in the cloud today. We're building the same technology using other architectures for the networks. So the people like Vodafone and the people like Telefonica and Orange could use our artificial intelligence to optimize the network with the vast amount of devices and connectivity that they're going to face. And we're providing the same sort of artificial intelligence for applications in the cloud, either private cloud, we call it Fusion Mind, or in the public cloud, where we call it enterprise intelligence. I don't have the time to go into all of this in detail. You can find more information about the Huawei Mate 20 Pro artificial intelligence capability, solving mathematical problems on the device. Just run a short clip, promotional clip here. And with that, I will finish.
Makes me special. With the power of unique Kirin AI computing architecture, I can process massive amounts of information in real time under privacy. I transform your smartphone into an intelligent board, and you're ready to unlock more. I am AI, the new brain in your lab. Kirin 970, the world's first mobile AI computing platform with dedicated NPU.
This technology is available on our mobile phones today, by today. And it's used today for some of the applications already using it. This capability is not what we're talking about when we talk about IBM Watson that can calculate over time and find. This is happening practically in our hands. If you look at the summary slide here, this is the Huawei vision for all sensing, all connected, and all intelligent solution, both for smart cities, smart tourism. On the bottom end, we see the devices. Some of them are mobile devices that Huawei makes, others are ecosystem. They would embed either chipsets, Ascent chipsets that Huawei provide for artificial intelligence and the protocols, or we'll use edge computing artificial intelligence that sits in the network. Above that, there is the carrier network, which will use our, hopefully, our artificial intelligence to optimize its resources. And finally, you will have the platforms with artificial intelligence for enterprises embedded into big data platform, sitting on top of big data platform with what we would like to call the, the integrated operating platform, IOC, connecting all these devices, all this data, and making AI decisions on top of that data. So, in summary, the future is now. Are we ready? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Levy. I think it's a very good opening for this seminar. Now we know about the state of the art of the Internet of Things. I think we might take a few more minutes from the coffee break if you have any question. So do not hesitate to make any question to Mr. Levy. Any hand? Any question? So, thank you very much. So we can go to the coffee break.
¿Eso quieres?